Yo, boys, what's going on? You see what's on your screen right now. This picture came out like a week or two ago. It's probably actually 2 or 3 weeks ago at this point. But we saw Ilia Topuria standing next to Michael Morales, and everybody was like, oh my god. 5'7" Ilia Topuria standing next to 6', probably 2, lying about his height, Michael Morales. He doesn't even look that small. And I know, like, listen, he looks a lot shorter than Morales. But he's coming up from 45, and Morales is like the biggest welterweight on the roster. So this is not embarrassing for him. But anyway, today we're going to be looking at Ilia Topuria versus the top 5 welterweights and also Islam Makhachev. Starting off, we got Big CP. We all love CP, meaning Carlos Prates. Unfortunately for Prates, I think Ilia beats him pretty easily. I think his striking's too sloppy. I think his defense is too sloppy. And I think his chin is untested. I think Ilia would slime him out, bro. I think it's pretty easy. Like, listen, with Prates, there's always the chance of a knockout in his favor. But I think Ilia would be able to slip one punch, land one punch of his own, and blow Carlos Prates to smithereens.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. I think if Pratos was getting hit well by Ian Gary and I think a couple shots from Ilya wouldn't be too good for him. And I think there's always the chance of Ilya maybe shooting like he did against Max. There's always a chance for that. We just both think that Ilya probably knocks out Pratos.
Yeah, most likely. Honestly, Prates, and we'll get into one of them is like one of the or some of the least interesting matchups for Ilia in the welterweight division. We'll get into the most interesting ones at the end and the ones that we think are the most competitive at the end. But yeah, honestly, Prates, I just don't think he's good enough. I don't think his defense is solid enough, and I think Ilia Topuria would literally knock him out. Anyway, speaking of another one, Bilal Muhammad. This is another easy KO for Ilia, bro. Like, yes, Bilal can take him down. Yeah, Bilal could maybe smudge him, but let's be honest, bro. Bilal's not submitting Ilia. Bilal, if he takes Ilia down, Ilia's either getting up or the round is ending. And Ilia's gonna KO him eventually, dude. Like, they're gonna be on the feet for long enough. Just because Bilal has zero submission threat. And, dude, Bilal is struggling to take down JDM. Ilia is stuffing takedowns off of Charles like it's nothing. And he's literally just shucking him to the floor. Like it's just the easiest thing in the world for him to do, putting Charles in a crucifix. Like, Bilal's not taking him down and holding him there. Ilia's going to get up. Ilia's going to knock him out. Bilal is nowhere near the level of Ilia Topuria on the feet. Like, his head's going to explode.
I think Ilya would do quite well in the takedown defense against Bilal.
So
Bilal doesn't have these crazy takedowns. I don't believe he landed one against Gary.
He didn't.
He landed one against JDM.
Something like that.
It was in the 5th round. Also,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, and JDM got straight back up. And,
Yeah.
in hindsight, everybody thinks Ilia versus Islam is competitive. If you think Ilia versus Islam is competitive, that means Ilia versus Bilal is not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like Ilya could also reverse and just land good damage from top because he does have good jujitsu.
He has really good jiu-jitsu, and Leon Edwards reversed Bilal, bro.
Yeah, landed nasty damage.
Like, bro. All right, speaking of a former opponent of Mr. Muhammad's, we're not going in order of the rankings. We're going in order of the competitiveness. Listen, this fight is badass, okay? And a lot of people said, like, some people, Bedtime specifically, was saying, like, oh, JDM is the harder fight for Makhachev. Makhachev's not ducking Topuria because he's fighting JDM. Listen. JDM and Ilia are the same fighter, except JDM weighs like 10 pounds more and has less power.
Has less power.
And is less skilled. Like, What's he gonna do? They have to get in the pocket. They're gonna both be in the pocket. Ilia has way more power. Ilia is way more skilled. Both of them are like their offense is specifically boxing, and they just defend everything else. Dude, this is just a straight up boxing match. Ilia is not losing a boxing match to anybody in the UFC.
Yeah,
Ilia, especially not especially not JDM. Like JDM is like a top 5 boxer in the UFC, but the difference from JDM to Topuria is like this in the boxing, in my opinion. Especially when you factor in the power.
Agreed. I feel like JDM might be the easiest out of the three for him, just because he's the most one-dimensional in the same style as Ilia.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, I did save him for a little bit just because he is higher up in the rankings, and I did initially plan to do it based on rankings, but the next 2 guys we got coming up are both ranked lower than JDM, and we're going to talk about them for way longer. So we wanted to get him out of the way. No offense, JDM, great guy, but honestly, I think Ilia Topuria slimes him out really easily. Moving on. We got Michael Morales, the guy who inspired the video. Michael Morales is a very interesting matchup for Ilia Topuria. This is like can Ilia Topuria successfully evade enough shots to get in the pocket with Morales and knock him out? Also, does Morales have a good chin? We don't actually know. He's never been hit by anybody who hits hard. And honestly, he's had some competitive strike. I initially thought that this was a no-brainer and Morales won because I thought he would be able to keep Ilia at bay with his like crazy, freakish, long-rangey black man reach. The same way he did to Brady to Topuria. But listen, he did it to Brady because Brady doesn't have great striking and Brady was trying to shoot a takedown on him. Ilia has phenomenal, like literally some of the best striking in the UFC. And he's not trying to shoot a takedown. He's trying to land a bomb on your chin. So honestly, this is a who gets KO'd first. And I think Ilia is capable of slipping a couple punches and landing really good damage on the inside. I favor Ilia Topuria slightly, but because Ilia is so much shorter than him, like it's literally this as the height difference. There's always a good chance he gets KO'd coming in, but dude, Morales is kind of sloppy, man. I think Ilia sees the shots coming. I think he gets in.
I'd like to say Ilia evaded a lot of Max shots by just like simply ducking under them and just evading them, and then he would land good shots off of it. And I feel like Morales' shots, like you said, are probably more. They're probably more sloppy than Max's are, and easier to tell what's coming.
Definitely, and then also, he hasn't demonstrated crazy fight IQ like Max Holloway or like Volk or even Charles. He has good fight IQ, but he never uses it to maybe clinch when Ilia gets close, or use teeps or kicks to keep him at bay to really fully maximize his height and reach. So I don't really think he's going to be doing that. He really relies on a big bomb like that. And I don't have. This is not my punching technique. That's not what my punching technique is. That's what Morales is. It's just he hits so hard he gets away with it. And I think on a guy as skilled as support, dude, he can go to the body. Just think about him fucking rip into the body. I'm looking at this right here, and I'm just thinking it's a prime target for Topuria, dude. I honestly think he could KO him. I think he has a good chance here. I would be like 60-40 in favor of Ilia. Maybe 55-45. Like this is close because Morales always has that chance because he has crazy, crazy power, crazy reach, crazy speed, crazy strength, everything. He's just a freak. But Ilia is so fucking good. So anyway, we're going to move on to a very similar matchup in Ian Machado Gary. Now, Ian Gary, the thing about Ian Gary, guys, is he has the fight IQ. If Ilia goes in and lands a bomb and rocks Ian Gary will clinch. Ian Gary has, I'm not going to say he's proven a great chin. Like, a lot of people say his chin's really good because he's fought these power punchers like Prates and like Neal and not gotten KO'd. But the thing is, he's just evaded them. Like, Prates didn't hit him clean the entire fight. We watched it before this. Neal didn't hit him clean that I remember. We watched bits and pieces of the Neal fight before this. We didn't watch the entire thing. But if he does get rocked, I think he will shoot like a desperation takedown just to kind of get Ilia off of him. And I think he does use the kicks as well to keep these people at bay. Did it to Prates, did it to Neal. I know they're not on the level of Topuria, but I think he's demonstrated that he's well above their level and on the level of somebody capable of beating Topuria with the height and reach advantage. So he's got the same leg reach as Max, but he has a 5-inch longer reach than Max. And Max is doing a really good job of rolling with the shots. He's doing a really good job of evading a lot of the damage, staying on the outside, using his range to piece Ilia up, using the teep, which Ian Gary loves to do. But all that being said, all it takes with Topuria is one. And he is good enough to land it. Like, he's 100% good enough to land it. So for me, this is 50-50. If I have the knowledge going into it that it is 100% going to decision, I'm picking Ian Gary every day. But with the knockout threat, it's 50-50. It's super close. I don't know. These are all reasons why he could beat Ilia, but Max had all the same reasons and he got knocked out. And now you might be saying, oh, these guys are too big. These guys are too big. Look at this. So, like, this is not a fight deciding level of size difference when a guy is as good as Ilia Topuria. Ian Gary walks around 180 pounds. He weighed in 180 pounds to fight Jeff Neal. Like, Ilia weighs 180 pounds. It's the same. You know what I mean? So it's very close. It's very competitive. I'd probably lean slightly Ian Gary, though. It would be like 51-49. I might change my mind tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much covered it there. I know, like, I was a big advocate. Like, I really thought Gary would definitely be able to. I'm more confident in him winning just based off the clinch, the point fighting, the teeps, like you said, and lands a lot of body kicks. I just don't. When Max started just throwing once Ilya rocked him, Gary's clinching right away, and I think it would stall it. He could probably clinch out a round.
Yeah, Ian Gary, listen, he speed mogs all his opponents. I just thought of this. All of his opponents that he's fought, Shavkat, Bilal, Prates, Neal Magny, all these guys, he's way faster than them. Besides, maybe Shavkat was close to him in the speed. But he's not going to have that over Ilia Topuria. I don't know how he deals with that. He could deal with it with just the distance management, all that stuff. But listen, it's just all it takes to Ilia is one. He's got literally double lighter man skill coming up from 45. And I think it's a very tough ask for somebody 2 weight classes above somebody else, but still weighing the same as them, to be perfect for 25 minutes. And Ian Gary's been perfect for 25 minutes before. But like we said with Prates earlier, Prates is nowhere near the level of Topuria when it comes to skill. Raw power, he probably actually has more. He's got some freakish power. But in terms of the ability to land the shot and the technique to land the shot, like, he doesn't have it like Topuria does. So honestly, for me, I go back and forth on this every 3 seconds. So I don't really know, but it's definitely an interesting matchup. I could see Gary winning it. I could also see Topuria slamming him out cold. So we're going to be moving on to Islam Makhachev. This is the matchup everybody wants to see. The matchup that was rumored for the White House that Islam allegedly pulled out of. And then he said Ilia pulled out of it. I don't know what's really true. I don't know who to trust. But listen, I think at 170, Islam is no longer weight drained. He's got way more strength at 170. He's way fuller. He's way bigger. We've talked about this fight at 155 before. And the weight drain makes that fight interesting. I think the lack of it makes it uninteresting. I think Islam would do Topuria like he did JDM. Or Topuria is not scared to scramble and then he gets submitted. I think Islam beats him with the grappling. I think he's got a better chin at 170 just because he's not cutting so much weight. I think he's got more cardio at 170 again just because he's not cutting so much weight. And then also, like, if he takes, a medium-sized shot, if he takes a big bomb off Topuria, he's going down. Anybody's going down. But he has, like, some of, if not the best defensive striking in the UFC. Like, who's hitting Makhachev super clean? Like, everybody's like, oh, Ilia's just a better version of Dustin, so he easily destroys Islam. No, dude. Islam destroyed Dustin, too. You're like, oh, Dustin made it to the 5th round. Okay, he lost all 4 of those rounds. Like, he had one moment in the fight where he's landing body shots. That's it. Like, every other moment in that fight, he was losing, even if it was on the feet to Islam. Islam was taking him down, took down JDM super fucking easy. I know, like, dude, I know we said Bilal and Islam were different levels. That's the different level. Like, he took down JDM at will. He literally did not miss a singular takedown. So I think Ilia could maybe stuff 1 or 2, but that's not enough. Like, you need 25 minutes on the feet to find Makhachev's chin. And I don't think he's going to get that. Like, I think even in the point fighting, I think Islam could still beat him. It's like bloody fucking Volk said, bro. You can't beat Islam by decision.
I just want to add, if Islam takes down Ilia, he can so easily hold him down the whole entire round.
I don't know about that. I would say Ilia might try to scramble. He might get caught in something. I think Ilia has an ability to get up, but I do agree with you that it would definitely be difficult. I don't think it's 100% guaranteed, though.
I think Islam could hold him down quite easily. I think Islam, like, if Ilia scrambles up, Islam could find a submission maybe. Islam would also be blasting some kicks, but if this fight happens, I don't see it staying on the feet long at all.
Neither do I.
I think
that team,
I think he's gonna have a similar game plan. He's gonna have a similar one to Habib Connor.
He's gonna have a similar one to himself versus JDM. Because JDM, we said JDM's an easy matchup for Topuria because they do the same shit. So he's just going to use the same game plan. And then also, I do want to add this. If you bring up Dustin Poirier, Islam notoriously does not kick against other southpaws. Watch the Poirier fight. I watched it live. Like, I was there in person. I was like, where are the kicks? Where are the kicks? He does not kick against southpaws. Watch it. What the fuck is going on, dude? Fucking Minecraft mods. Anyway. Watch an Islam fight against another southpaw, dude, he never kicks. He doesn't throw the calf kick. He doesn't throw the head kick. He doesn't throw the body kick. I was saying this the entire time for Islam versus JDM. JDM is not just a better version of Dustin because JDM is orthodox for the most part. Dustin's a southpaw. I said this the entire time. Islam does not kick against southpaws. The kicks are so there for him as an orthodox, against an orthodox. Ilia, as an orthodox, Islam is going to be chopping the calf. He's going to be blasting body kicks all the time. He's going to be keeping him at bay with the kicks. He can whip up head kicks. The one part of adversity Ilia ever faced in his career, the biggest piece, was a head kick from fucking Jai Herbert. So I think Islam keeps him at bay on the feet. If Ilia tries to close the distance, Islam's going to shoot, and I think he gets the takedown. I mean, Ilia got taken down by Bryce Mitchell. I know he stuffed it off Oliveira, but the threat is still there from a guy like Islam Makhachev, who's way better than Charles Oliveira in the wrestling. He demonstrated that when they fought. So, anyway, I'm done rambling. Brandon, you got anything left to add?
I'm all good.
All right, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Love y'all, boys. Appreciate every single one of you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.